most people, I think, whenever they hear the word DEI, they don't associate veteran with that. But I mean, veterans were really fundamental toward pushing for disability services and things like that. So I guess my question for you is, as a woman veteran, do you often feel invisible in society? And if so, what would you want the public to know about your service?
Um, that what people say matter, words matter. So I think we are getting better as a society of recognizing female veterans, but you still have that, you park in the veteran spot and then, someone, and it still happens today. Of course, yeah, 10 years ago it happened more, but it was like, you can't park there, you're not with your husband. And I'd be like, this is my car, those are my stickers, those are the wars that I was in, I'm the veteran. And then they're, and then they don't say anything. And, it's kind of like, and when, early on going to the VA, you'd go up and check in, like, well, you can't check in for your husband. He has to do that by himself. I'm not here for my husband. I'm here for me. Or being, you know, being announced, they announce your name. They used to do this. They don't do this before. The VA has been gotten very good at this, but they would like say your name, like Mr. Pulaski, or da da da, or it was always assumed that the next patient was a male. So I can't tell you how many times, I mean, countless times I was, called, and then actually recently it happened again. There was something happening at the VA I was at there. It was in Alabama. That's irrelevant, but something was happening in, like, they are having some sort of fair or something like that, and they're like, you can only. And so I went in for my, and I was actually with my daughter too, but I was like going in for my regular appointment.
Mm.
Um, and they were like, "Oh, we're only letting people in who have appointments, and or are you seeing, like, are you visiting somebody?" And I'm like, "Well, no, it's my appointment." And it was kind of like, and then it didn't like hit that I said that, and they're like, and so I like would just I just ignored it and just kept walking, and they're like, "Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me, you can't come in unless you." I'm like, "Dude, it's my appointment I'm coming to. You know, do you, like do you need to show ID? You never have to show ID, to get into a VA, except when you go up to the window or whatever. But I mean, not to get in, but they
Yeah.
were just like, and so that was, I mean, that was within the last 5 years that happened. So it was like, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is still happening. I thought we were doing so much better, but like, but the thing is, like, oh, okay, whatever, forget it, and they're like, but there was no apology.
Yeah.
There was no, because it wasn't like a VA worker, it was like a volunteer, which is fine. But it's kind of like, I'm going to let that go because I've had a lot of great therapy that I've been provided. And so I'm just going to breathe and let it go.